You worked with the Nostalgia Critic. For
Yeah,
those
a
who
few
don't
times.
know,
Been a minute though.
yeah, this is like old YouTube lore, like early 2000s. For those who don't know, basically he did movie reviews. That was kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Although his
What they had
brand,
they had a crew, so they kind of included sketches and kind of parodied the movie in the review. But yeah, they were kind of like it was Honest Trailers, Nostalgia Critic, and Cinema Sins were like the three main guys that
right?
did movie trailer stuff or movie stuff. And we were guests together at some convention, and then he found out what I could do. It's the same thing with everybody. When they all find out that I'm not just the announcer, when I'm not just a voiceover artist, and they found that I don't just do just the announcer voice, and all of a sudden it's like, oh crap, you can do all this other stuff. He's like, I have so many more ideas now. We got to do some more stuff. And then we did a couple of things, and I never heard from him again. So I don't know.
It just makes me feel like it just feel like you've been used a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's just
No,
me.
I mean it was
It's
fine. It was like I got promotion out of it. You know, it was a collab, and it helped me get
okay.
some views. It helped me have something for IMDb, and it was cool to work with him. Yeah,
Cool.
if it doesn't work out, I don't get hung up on things that don't work out or they don't continue to use me. Like I love, for example, I love, absolutely freaking love working with How It Should Have Ended. They're one of my favorite groups to work with. They're not a stickler about the audio. They let me improvise, come up. They don't always use it, but I give them a lot of. In fact, if anything, I give them too much because for Indominus Rex, they said we had the worst time trying to pick the voice for the fun because all of them were so freaking. I gave them three really funny different versions, and they end up settling on Paula Deen because it's just bitter and all. I'm gonna eat you now. Okay. It's like that. They just thought that one was the funniest. So, but those guys don't hire me every week. They hire me every once in a while, and they don't really hire me as per se. Like, hey, we've got like 2, 3 lines. Can you think you could do these? And I'm always like, I try to show how quick I could do these things, so you can hire me more because look how fast I get it back to you. But they like to do their own voices, and I understand if I was making my own animated projects, which I am, by the way, that's news.
Ooh.
I'm starting my own animation company. I've already got 6 series. I've got one that's really, really well fleshed out with over 90 episodes in a film, synopses written, 4 episodes drafted, and then I've got 5 others where I've got pitches done, pitch decks are finished. I've got 4 show Bibles out of 6 finished. So I'm totally gonna cast myself for a lot of my own characters too. So I'm not gonna feel bad if anybody doesn't hire me as much as they hire themselves. No matter how bad they are or good they are at voices, it doesn't matter because it's their show. It's their project. If they want to do the voices for it, I will respect the crap out of that because I know that's what I want to do for myself. But would I do more voices now? Should have if I could? Yes, because I love working with them so much. And their stuff's really funny and it's well animated. So, but you don't get to pick. So if I don't hear from those guys in a year, I got to work on them. I got to do stuff. I know eventually they know I'm here. They know how to contact me, but I don't have to. I try not to get hold up on stuff like that. But yeah, every once in a while I'll get to do a cool thing. I'll do. You probably saw the date on that was a long time ago, and then I'll never hear from him again. Or maybe I'll hear from him a year later, or maybe it'll be next week. I never know. But one thing I've learned about this business, not just about jobs that you have done or anything, audition, whatever, you have to have the freaking duck feathers, man. Ducks are awesome. Water never affects them. It goes right off their backs. They can go underwater, come out, and not be wet. You have to be that way, or else you will drive yourself crazy and end up quitting, saying, "I just can't do this. I never get hired. Why didn't they hire me back? I did such a great job." What? You'll fill yourself full of self-doubt, which will turn into insecurity, which will affect your ability to do the job.
I think like if anything, what we've really sort of established in this show so far is that it's about like, yeah, believing in like, what you're doing, being a professional and carrying yourself like that. Like,
Knowing what you're doing, don't get your heart set on anything. You just have to let things roll, have thick skin, and just keep freaking going. It's like Rocky. You just keep going. Even if you lose, you just freaking keep going, man. You keep punching that meat. That sounded bad. Don't say that.